new place again. I mean, for those who have been with us,
thank you for staying with us on this.
because
It's not a journey. It's a donkey ride to hell.
It's like,
strap in.
I don't even know that there are words to describe what goes on behind the scenes.
There's not. No one would believe us anyways.
In fact, the podcast should be what goes on behind the scenes. That would be, it would be an experience both in humor and mental health all at the same, because there's a breakdown about every 5 seconds.
We should just start twitching it, like the whole thing. You think anyone would watch that mess? What do we think?
I mean, it is an absolute disaster, but we have moved yet again.
We have. This is our new... Mm-hmm. I would like to call it permanent home, but let's be serious. It's a semi-permanent home.
It might just change again in a little bit, but that's all right. We are here for the ride. It's fine.
We are.
It coincides with our topic today, which is your nervous system. So we've done a couple episodes on anxiety and things like that, but this today is specific to how dramatic our systems like to be.
Drama. My nervous system, she'd be nervous.
Examples of your dramatic nervous system are you're laying down in bed, and just as you're about to fall asleep, you think about a text you sent a year ago to so-and-so. And if they read it wrong, you think about a conversation you had 2 weeks ago, and you wonder whether or not that person thought you were funny or whether that person thought you were annoying. You think about a doctor that you're supposed to call and whether or not they're going to understand what you're talking about. And so all of a sudden, your nervous system goes crazy and gets dramatic at midnight.
Right before I fall asleep recently, I've been wondering, these are the thoughts I have. Did I put the second coat of spray paint on?
I love that yours is that productive. Mine is...
Girl, that's not productive. I'm like spray painting screws. Like,
but mine is like,
doing?
Did I turn the oven off? Wait, did I even use the oven today? Wait, I think I used the oven today. Did I turn it off? I know I turned it off, but I'm going to have to go up and check that I turned it off, because now I think I might not have turned it off. Like, that is mine.
Mine's like, did I take don't take more than one in a 24-hour period allergy medication?
Oh, did I take more than one already?
No, I take one, and I'm like, but did I take the one? Because if I take another one, that's it. What happens?
I know. What happens if I took the second one?
Nothing good.
Yeah, that's your nervous system misfiring. And although the nervous system has a reason for being there, it is a necessary evil, which we'll talk about, it is still drama. Or at least it feels like drama all the time.
It does.
Drama.
It do be like that.
Be a fickle beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your body is built to have this natural alarm system, which is your nervous system. And that is built in from the day you were born. There is no changing it. There is no omitting it. There is no canceling it. There is no ripping it out of your body. It's going to be there, and it serves a purpose. It actually keeps you alive and healthy and well. But what it also does is it makes tons of markers for lots of different worry. And the most significant thing is that your body can't tell the difference. And you've said this before. We talked about, like, your body can't tell the difference between how it should feel about a catastrophic event and how your body should feel about somebody breaking up with you.
Yeah, it can't tell the difference between a physical threat and an emotional threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our brain, as advanced as it is, it hasn't advanced to that place. And it's the same mechanism, like, can't tell the difference between physical and emotional pain. The only difference between those two is your brain can geographically locate physical pain. That is the only difference. That's it.
Which is why some people actually find some sort of comfort in being able to feel physical pain, which is a whole other topic we can talk about another day. But physical pain, when you're in emotional pain and then you can feel something physical, it's like, oh, I can identify that. My leg hurts. My stomach hurts. My head hurts.
Yeah, because your brain knows where.
Right. I can say where it is. Yeah. Then there's also, we move on to the cures. There are some cures for a headache. There's some cures for a stomach ache. But when we feel emotional pain and we just feel awful, or we feel, in this case, often very anxious or very overwhelmed, there's no place to say that's where it's coming from. And there's no place to say that's where I can get it out of my system and feel better.
Yeah,
so it can be extremely confusing, which then causes the anxiety level to rise, which is also what sets off our ridiculous nervous system. Today, we're going to break down what actually happens. First of all, it is very trendy right now to talk about vagus nerves. And I don't know how much...
The Las Vegas nerve.
So the polyvagal nervous system, or the polyvagal theory, was a theory. It came, and it is still highly debated, but the idea is that the vagus nerve runs long through your system. So it actually, think of it almost like head to sternum almost. So it wraps its way around. And so the idea of this particular nervous system or this nerve is that although it gets excited when we are upset or we're worried, there are ways in which we can try to reduce the effects of it or calm it down. And so that was the whole theory's basis, was this particular vagus nerve. It's so interesting too, because, one of my kids had an issue with a vocal cord. right? And the vocal cord was paralyzed. And so we go to this doctor who is talking about it. And it's the same, the vagus nerve is the same type of nervous system. And your vocal cord also wraps all the way around your sternum, around your heart, all the way up.
Crazy.
These nerves go all, but then if you think about it that way, you go, okay, so it makes sense that I could feel something everywhere. Even though I'm upset, if you activate this nerve, I feel it everywhere. And I know clients will often say, like, I just feel everywhere in my skin. Everywhere I feel like I need to crawl out of my skin. I feel so overwhelmed. I feel so overstimulated. And that's because that vagus nerve does run a good part of your body.
It's like the grand central station of your nervous system. It's like all of them.
It's like the main route.
Yes. All of them go through there, pass through there, stop there, break down there.
So think about your vagus nerve or your nervous system as your alarm system. If you are somebody who has an alarm system in your house, you have a keypad somewhere, and that keypad will actually allow you to turn it on, turn it off. And so what we're going to teach today are some of the tools that actually help to try to de-escalate or turn down that vagus nerve system so that you can get a little bit more control over what's happening.
Yeah, so I use the alarm analogy, but mine is the smoke alarm. So if you ever in your house have had the unfortunate experience of making a bag of microwave popcorn,
all of us,
and your smoke alarm system is super sensitive, so you burn but 2 kernels, and that thing is like, wee-oo, 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 and you're like, what is the crises? So if that happens repeatedly from non-emergent situations, 2 burnt kernels of popcorn, I would argue is a non-emergent situation. Right. But so what happens is that system gets taxed, and eventually one of 2 things happens. You get annoyed, so you remove the battery, or the battery goes off so much it dies. The same thing happens when you actually need it. There's a legitimate emergency like a house fire. The alarm is not going off. That's what chronic stress does. Right. So it shuts off this alarm system that we really need. Our survival depends on it because it's going off for stuff. It's not calibrated correctly, right? So like it's going off for 2 kernels. We have to like teach it to go off appropriately. So we have to like recalibrate it so that it's only going off when it's supposed to go off and not getting taxed for things that are non-emergent, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. And I think that's one of the things that is both frustrating and necessary about therapy is that when we talk a lot about the fact that you will never turn the alarm system off, and you shouldn't. It's about managing the alarm system. It's about getting it to go off where you feel it's more appropriate. So exactly what Kate said. Yeah, and I can't stress that enough. Most people who have anxiety or are feeling overstimulated come to therapy thinking this has to stop. And one of the frustrating things about talking about anxiety is that it will not stop. Anxiety just doesn't go away. It's a necessary part of your survival. But what we need to do is make you understand you have the tools to control it better. So staying calm and connected, which is one of the things that we struggle with the most when you're not feeling well and you're feeling overstimulated. The worst thing somebody can say to you is you just need to calm down. Never say that to somebody who's overstimulated.
But when in the history of ever has the person calmed down?
Right. It's the worst thing you could say to somebody because it feels judgy. It's like I hear the judgment.
But your system is not to be you cannot reason with this like almost prehistoric system. It's in the most basic part of your brain. It's like way back here in your brainstem. It's in a very primitive, like reptilian part of your brain. Reasoning is your prefrontal cortex, which is the most advanced part. So when you say like, there's nothing to be fearful of, calm down. Your lizard brain is like, what?
Right. You don't need to be stressed about that. That's not a big deal. Oh, I'm even more stressed.
Yep.
So
100%.
Increases it. All right. So we've got setting 1 for your nervous system, which is calm and connected. When we are feeling well, our heart rate remains steady. We feel connected to things. We feel connected to people. We feel like we can control our answers to things and our reactions to things. So that is where our nervous system feels like we are at a stable place, right? We're our day to day. Nothing has really set us off. We have another setting for our nervous system, which is the fight or flight, which we've talked about before. People have heard about before. It's nothing new, but that is the part of your nervous system where your mind and your body are now ready to react. So we are either going to fight for our lives, or we're going to argue with somebody, or we're going to make a stand, or we're just going to get the hell out of here.
So there's fight, flight. Those are the most common ones. And the 2 lesser known are freeze and fawn.
Yeah, those are the next ones on my list. And we'll just go right into them. But in the polyvagal theory, they just describe it a little more like more of a shutdown. So that's your freeze. And a lot of people will get this a bit confused with avoidant people, which totally different thing. This is when we are feeling stressed, when we are feeling overwhelmed, when our nervous system is activated. There are people who just shut it down. Like, I just can't react. I'm not going to react. That's my defense mechanism. I'm just not going to react. But that is the freeze.
Yeah, it's like if you just moved recently and you look around and it's a sea of boxes and you just sit there and go,
She might be describing
that's
what we're
not
looking
avoidant.
at.
That is just like, that's freeze.
But that's a
freeze.
perfect example. I am so overstimulated right now, and I am taking in my environment, and my nervous system is saying, just don't do anything. Just stay exactly where you are and don't.
All my systems are nervous.
Yeah. So I just shut down. I just can't do anymore. So that's a part of it as well. This can be as simple as your nervous system got activated because you are arguing with somebody via text and you're staring at their last text, right? And you just go, I can't. I'm so reactive to what they just said to me. I can't even respond. I can't do anything. I'm going to bed. Like, I'm going to go hide under my covers. Though that particular feeling is the freeze. Do you want to talk about the fawn?
Yeah. So the fawn is like people-pleasing behavior. So when your stress response goes off, it's like, how can I fix it? How can I mend it? How can I make it better? What can I do? I know, over-apologizing, like taking blame when it's not your fault because you just want to like smooth it over. That is kind of my understanding of the fawn
I think
response.
The nervous system reaction here, think about it in terms of like duct tape. I'm just going to fix whatever it is that went wrong. And it's not going to be a really good fix, and it's not going to be an actual fix for the problem because I'm reacting. So I'm not really getting into the weeds of the problem. I'm just going to throw duct tape on this and we're just going to move on.
Yeah, I'm just going to say sorry. Sorry.
I'm so activated, like, whatever you need. Do you need me to give you $1,000? Just write you a check. I'll write you a check tomorrow. I'll write you a check. I don't have $1,000 to give you.
Oh, okay.
You know I would, girl. I would find it. Sell feet pictures. We would get it done. But that would be fawning.
It would be your side hustle.
It would be. And I would be doing it, but my nervous system would be activated and I would not be able to handle it well. But we would get it done. Perfect example, right? So that is kind of what that means. It's that I am so stressed that I just need to throw something on top of this that makes it look like it's better so we can move on. All right. So your body does not wait for permission. So we are reacting to things in real time without the permission of our brain saying so. And so this is what happens when you look back and you go, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I acted like that. I was so anxious. I was so nervous. I was so overreacted. I was so overstimulated that I acted like, and then you fill in the blank with how you acted. And you have to understand and give yourself the grace that it is an overreaction because of your nervous system. She be dramatic, right? And so the drama just comes. So what we're going to teach you is how to pull back a little bit on the drama. But if it happens, we understand what causes it.
Is that what happened trying to get this to work today?
I mean, I think
used zero tool, not one tool.
I think we need to own our drama. I think we came in hot.
I came in hot.
I think we came in thinking this is going to be so easy. This is going to be so great.
And then it wasn't.
Everything's new. It's going to be great. We've been prepping for this. And then it gave us like the slightest inkling of pain in the ass.
It gave me,
and we were like, what is happening?
Give me the slightest inconvenience. You can give me a trauma and my nervous system is like, got it. We understand this assignment. We know what to do.
Yeah.
Give me the slightest inconvenience. And my nervous system is like, say what?
I know.
Not today, bitch.
Yep.
Like, it can't tolerate like battery, just small stuff, but big stuff. My nervous system is like, we know exactly what to do here.
I know. Isn't that so frustrating? Like, let smoke detector start beeping right now. I will lose my shit.
Nope.
I will lose it. Like, which one? Of course it started going up.
Or a leak from the ceiling. Where it's coming from?
Where? Yeah.
What's leaking? Who knows?
But you're right. Somebody calls right now and they're like, hey, we're headed to the hospital. You're like,
I got you. I am buckled in. I know exactly what to do here.
I know. Again, nervous system be dramatic. So dramatic.
The other day,
lose your shit. Go to the hospital.
The other day, the power went out and I literally looked around. My friend was here. I was like, where's the adult? I'm not sure what to do in this situation.
Who do we call for my life right now? Who do we call? Yeah, who do we call?
I need a person for
my
that.
life is going to shit. Who do we call? Because I'm opting out.
Yeah.
Freeze. That's
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Moving on. we talked about how the vagus nerve plays a huge part in your stress response, your emotional regulation, which is what we're going to hone in on today more than anything, which is how to regulate back my response to stressors. That's what the key is. We can't get rid of our stressors are going to happen, but can I learn to regulate my emotional response? So I think emotional regulation is a big term that people throw around now and we use more now. All that means is, can I pull back on how I respond emotionally to things, especially stressors? Good news for the nervous system is that it is absolutely trainable. It's like a muscle, and that muscle can be trained just like any other muscle that you would work out or train in the gym and try to get these muscles to move and bend and flex and do whatever. Your nervous system can also be trained. It just takes some time and some consistent work on it. So emotional deregulation can occur due to stressors. So it is really that simple. It is that you are a grown-ass adult and yet a smoke detector goes off and you lose your shit. Or you are a grown-ass adult and somebody pisses you off in a parking spot and all of a sudden you're outside of your car telling somebody off that you would never do any other day of your life. We are throwing our phone across the room because we got one more email from a person at work that we cannot stand. And we're not acting the way we want to act. And that's how it shows up in your real life. It's usually the dramatic reaction is where it will show up in your everyday.
Yeah, we were a couple things that are annoying about moving.
God, girl,
there's so many. Okay.
I don't even understand people who get excited about moving. Even if
that's
you're
horrible.
Excited about where you're going.
No.
The whole process.
It is like up there for me, like top
Except
3.
If we get a beach house. If we got a beach house, I think I'd be excited about it.
I don't know, girl. The moving, I can't.
Yeah, I get you.
Even having movers. Okay, but one of the things that's annoying is like if your TV was previously mounted.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you say, I'm not going to mount it. Or not yet.
Okay.
Where are the feet for the TV?
Oh, Jesus. No feet.
No one knows. Okay.
No.
So you find the feet. Then you got to put them on with
You found the feet? I would have never found the feet. They would have been,
no,
I would have thrown them out.
And then I'm like, we don't have the screws. We go to Home Depot. We buy the screws. We buy the wrong screws.
Oh, God.
I'm screwing it in. It's not going in. I start saying the Serenity Prayer in my head multiple times. And then I look at my son and I go, I'm handing this to you. I'm walking away now. I have to walk away from this.
But then Aiden's probably like, okay, I've got to find these screws.
But then you can't find the remote.
Oh, remote?
Where's the remote?
On
Who packed it?
Days.
Where is it? What box? I don't know.
Yeah.
How can I access it? I got an app. What can I do? No.
Yeah.
I'm up Schitt's Creek.
Throwing remotes.
That's it.
Girl, I hear you. Do you know what happened? I lost my let me shit this week. The exact thing we talked about on one of our other podcasts where like you try to get a password back, but the password goes to an old email that you don't have access to anymore. No. So you can't get the password to get anything. So my poor father has been going through all these issues and all he wants to do is be able to get on his laptop and look at his Facebook page. But he has an email address that was from 30 years ago that no longer works and no longer
has AOL or Hotmail?
It's AOL.
Oh,
it's
God.
AOL.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had one of those issues and all the man wants to do is just see his Facebook account. And
I just want to see what Marge is up to.
I just want to see like who went to the shore, who was in Wildwood this weekend. That's all he wanted to do, right? Oh, the drama of trying to reset a password when you do not have the email address was enough. If there was something I could throw, I would have thrown it through the window. They can't do these 3-factor verification things. Like
I can't even do 1 factor.
Right?
Okay.
I can't even find that. Like you send me the code. I don't find my phone in time.
Then they ask you security questions. What was your first pet? Which one?
What was your school mascot?
Which school?
I don't even know which one I picked. I was like, what was your high school best friend's name? Like,
which best friend? Who was I feeling at the time? Because now, in retrospect, I might be like, it wasn't Barbara. She stole my Skip It.
Here on Facebook, she married my high school boyfriend. She's not my best friend. I wouldn't have put her name on there.
And then lo and behold, Barbara is your answer.
Or it's like the street you grew up on and you're like, did I put drive? Did I put road? Did I just put the name?
I grew up on 9 streets. Which one did I consider the growing up?
This is setting our vagus nerves off. We talk about this all the time. The password shit drives us crazy. It drives our vagus nerves crazy. All right. Every other place it shows up in your life, let me just list a few. The Sunday scaries, which are so real for so many people. Airport security lines, because you're standing in line going, I don't think I have anything on me. I don't have anything on me. Did I put everything in the bin? Did I take everything off? Do I have anything on me? Oh my God, I had surgery. I got metal. It's a whole thing that sets your nervous system off. And then you start to think you're going to be like pulled out of line because you're doing something nefarious. Our brains just go on overload. People don't like being in elevators, the feeling of being trapped. And then you go through all these scenarios. It sets your nervous system off. Rereading texts and phone calls and going over voicemails and holding it all together all day day for 8 hours just to lose it the minute you walk in the door at home. Snapping yourself awake at 2:45 in the morning, just thinking about whatever just popped in your mind, and now the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Those all set your nervous system off and makes us feel extremely dramatic. You are not dramatic. It's just getting excited.
You're just human.
So other than wanting to punch everybody in the face that tells you to just calm down or to just take a breath, what are some things that we can actually do to rein in? So we talked about this once before. It is my go-to. It is the big sigh. And here's the thing, and this is me being dramatic and my own emotional regulation. You will find that in textbooks and in psychological advice, they will tell you the big sigh just has to be 2 quick breaths in through your nose and then 1 big one out through your mouth. I say, oh, no, you make the sound. Like you do the big breath in and then you literally go,
oh, yeah.
Who cares who says what? My husband every single time, and it's been forever now, is like, you good? You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm just, breathing out all the things that I want to throw across the room. But you make that sound, you take those deep breaths in, and you make the big sigh, and that will help to release some of the energy, and it will help to calm the nervous system a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing, you do not have to go buy a tub. You do not have to fill it with water every day.
Don't buy one of those horse canteen water troughs.
You don't have to buy a steel water trough to soak yourself in. However, cold works, right? But that's free. Cold showers. I mean, I guess it's not free because,
no, girl, I pay for water. What are you talking about?
But cold showers, ice cubes in your hand. Put them in your hand. Hold them extremely tight when you're stressed. Let the water run down your arms, and that sensory information will kind of set off some other things. And so the distraction will happen, which is what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are particular places on your body where you can lay the freezing cold things. A bag of peas work. A bag of corn works. So you want to hit the collarbone. I just try to explain it to people.
Who's got a bag of peas anymore?
You don't have peas?
No.
You don't eat peas?
Frozen peas?
Yes.
Hell no.
Frozen peas?
I would only buy them for that purpose. Like, I would never buy them. Like, I guess if people have those for vagus nerve resetting, do not eat.
No way. We have like veggies every night. What do you
Do you eat frozen peas?
I mean, we cook them.
But do you eat them? You buy them and eat them? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
What veggies are you eating?
Brussels sprouts.
Every day? All day, every day.
I mean, a lot. Or green beans.
Girl, it's like 79 cents for a bag of peas, 79 cents for a bag of corn. We get frozen broccoli. Yeah, we get it all. But anyway, back to the frozen stuff. So yes, take your frozen peas that Kate's not eating and try to get them. I always try to explain it like the collarbone area because it's really kind of hard to explain exactly where to do. You can do the back of your neck. You can do this area right here where the collarbone area. What I find really helpful is right here, this area right here that hits like the upper breastbone area, lay it straight across.
Mm-hmm.
That particular cold not only will give sensory information to your brain, so your brain will kind of get a little distracted, but it also does help to reroute some of the information going to those particular vagus nerves. And so that will help. Again, nothing that you have to go out and buy except for the bag of peas. Like everything is pretty much obtainable. Cold does help. We've also talked about this one. This was Kate's favorite when we talked about some ways to decrease anxiety before. This is the singing, humming.
Mm-hmm.
It might sound very laughable. We talked about it as a very kind of cheeky way to help with anxiety, but it is 100% true. Turn on that radio, sing out loud, go for it. And you will find that actually helps because not only are you distracting the brain because you've got to think of the words, you're putting your nervous system to work by singing the songs out loud. You're also doing some breath work that you don't even know that you're doing because you're singing from the diaphragm. So sing. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling unregulated, if you feel like you want to throw the phone, put your favorite song on, turn it all the way up and sing your ever-loving heart out.
So, fun fact,
Yes.
you mentioned the diaphragm. So we have our autonomic nervous system, that's our fight or flight. And it has like the autonomic nervous system are things that happen as they sound automatically. So we have 2 arms of that. We have Yes. We have our autonomic, underneath the autonomic nervous system, we have our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, 2 arms.
I know,
yes.
backwards.
So one is fight or flight.
Show off that tattoo, girl.
One is rest and relax. So they work in tandem, right? And this one goes off and then this one restores. Except for most people, this one's going off so often, like the fire, this one can't keep up. And this one usually comes on when we sleep. So for a lot of people, our sleep is not 8 hours. It's not restorative. So we're constantly behind the 8 ball in terms of like restorativeness.
Yeah.
So we have to learn how to turn this system on, the rest and response, while we are awake. When you activate the diaphragm, 72% of the nerve fibers for rest and response are sitting on your diaphragm. So if you activate
drop that knowledge. I did not know that one.
Yeah. So that's why belly breathing legitimately works when you do it correctly. And that's why humming, singing, all of that, right? We said the nerve wraps around it. They're sitting on your diaphragm. 72% is high.
That's a lot.
So that is essentially turning on the rest and response system that usually comes on when we sleep. It's like flicking on a light switch.
Nice.
And it interrupts it. And so I always say, right, we said at the beginning that your brain can't tell the difference between an emotional threat and a physical threat.
Okay. The fourth way is, and we get a lot of pushback from this, but if you've listened to anything, we say it almost all the time, is movement. So if you are feeling overstimulated, get outside. If you can't get outside, find a way to move in the house. The stairs that will actually get you
dusting.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's not exciting, but it's things that you can do. But if you can get outside, that is the biggest part. Go for a walk. I mean, something as simple as go in your garage and do some jumping jacks. Like, as silly as it may sound, that will help to de-escalate, and it will help you to gain more control of your reaction of your nervous system. So movement is key. It's really huge. Think of it as you're physically pushing out the stress. You are physically getting it out of your body. You're pushing it out. And that also makes you feel like you have a little bit more control, which is usually what we're looking for. And the fifth one, which is often underrated, is isolation makes everything worse. So if we can be around people, if we can be around someone else, if we can have physical touch, get a hug from somebody, be close to somebody, or just share our emotions with another person, that will also help regulate us. Because usually, and again, pick who you go to. You have to go to a safe person. There are people who will, make you feel like they're not the greatest person.
You don't trauma bond with somebody.
Yeah. Or don't go to the person who's going to be like, again, really, you're upset. Like, obviously not a safe person to go to.
Stop shopping at that store.
Yeah. Anybody that will gaslight you is unnecessary for these exercises. But go to somebody who you're like, can I sit here and talk to you for a minute? Or I'm really feeling overstimulated. And the person says, yeah, oh my God, come on, let's talk. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about book. Somebody who will get you out of that space mentally. That is huge. It's, again, free, and it will often help. So people, connection, and being vulnerable enough to say, I'm feeling really overstimulated right now will be helpful. If you pick the right person, they can help.
But there's also, when you go to somebody that is regulated so that their nervous system, they don't have cortisol, they don't have adrenaline like coursing through their body, just being in the same space with somebody, there's a term called co-regulation. And so you can adapt to that person's regulated state by being just in the same space, not even necessarily by like talking to them or processing through something, but it's co-regulation. So you kind of regulate together. That's essentially what we do. Our job as therapists, like when someone is in the room with us, right? Like they're very activated because they're very close to whatever it is they're talking about, because we are detached from it. Right. We're not personally involved. We're regulated. So we can help clients. We regulate with them.
Yes. Then we get together, the two of us, and
get dysregulated
as
a shit
show. We just picked the right person. We're just like, no, I want it to be a shit show, so let's go. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is totally fine. What you're talking about. Regulation is not expensive. So as we've talked about, everything that we talked about today that you could do, you could start doing today, you could do tomorrow. You do not have to have a ton of money, except you do have to pay your water bill if you do want. Yeah. And maybe get a bag of peas, which
79 cents.
And learning about how to regulate your system does not mean that you will never have stress. So remember, if you are somebody who feels anxiety, if you're somebody who feels stressed, you feel overwhelmed, you are normal. You are supposed to feel that way. We are all very stressed right now. There are things that are going to activate you. These are just tools to have a feeling of control, right? To have a sense that I can bring it to a level that I feel comfortable with. And so these are tools that will help, but we are supposed to have an alarm system. We're supposed to have something that tells us when we should be afraid or when we should leave or when we should run. And that is a very normal, healthy system in your body. So there's nothing wrong with you and there's nothing wrong with the system. We just want to be able to turn the system off more quickly. And so these tools will allow you to do that.
100%.
Yeah. All right, people, hit us up. We are in our new little studio, but we are still on all of our other platforms. So you can check that on Spotify and Apple and YouTube. We have our TikToks and we're now on Facebook, which
oh, girl.
I mean, that's
the boomers are thrilled.
We haven't talked about that yet at all, but we will chat about that.
Lord.
Yeah. So check us out on all of our platforms. You can email us, nearly normal podcast gmail.com. You can check us out on our Nearly Normal podcast website. So reach out to us. We will be happy to hear from you.
And until next time, stay regulated and nearly normal.